Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
Social Genius Podcast. We are back for once again episode we have no idea. And that doesn't matter anymore because what's important is what we're about to talk about. And maybe I'll even stop leading with that, Tristan, because it's kind of used.
It's been a while.
It shows how little we pay attention to the numbers of our podcast. It doesn't matter. We're focused on consistency, which is exactly what we tell you all to focus on as well. Consistency.
That's right. After 100, I lost count. Wait, no, it was after 69 that I lost count. I remember now. We made a big deal about that one because we're stupid. You remember that one.
Never grow up.
Terrible.
Never mature. That's
Terrible.
right.
We've got 3 things for you. X, which was formerly known as Twitter, Threads, again, on the news, and Facebook. We're going to be talking about Facebook. Apparently, we're on episode 122. CK just messaged us, Jeff, episode 122.
Thank you.
But thank you for someone. Thank you for keeping count, CK. Thank you. Let's start with Elon Musk and X. Over the weekend, Jeff, I jumped onto Twitter, and I didn't know I was on Twitter. I thought I was on Threads. It had that feeling, same colors, and it just shows also that Threads did a great job copying Twitter, right? That I was like, and now that they all look the same color-wise sequence, I actually didn't know. I just went right into it. And so with that, I'm also noticing that they pivoted really quick to change the color sequence. And then for a little bit, I don't know if you heard this, but Elon was saying the platform will soon only have dark mode, only have dark mode. And he even said, it's better in every way. And like Elon fashion, literally at the end of the day, he says, I changed my mind. Even though dark is better, we're going to let light stay on as well. I thought that was hilarious.
It just made me go look at the app to see actually what, but it's still light mode for me.
Yeah, it's going to be light mode. He's going to now give the option. He changed his mind. He's like, okay, fine. We're not going all dark mode. We're going to give both options. But like I mentioned last week, the success I'm having on Twitter and Threads is I'm gonna open Twitter right now as we're talking, which I still call it Twitter, and I think all of our generation will for a very long time. But X, right? The success I'm having with X is that it comes in the comments, man. That's really where it is. It's the comments.
Can I just tell you that I just opened up the third post down is an Elon Musk one, which was 4 hours ago, and see if you see what I see.
Elon,
he's got an I Love Canada shirt on, but he's got a jacket. And all you can see is I love ANA, and the D is chopped off to where it looks like an L. Do you see it?
I see it.
and he posted it. Elon posted it. He goes, "Wow, I'm so glad people love Canada too." This is what makes Elon so great. Is he's like one of us. He's just a normal perverted dude.
He's a guy. He's just he's human, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like him. Some people like him, obviously.
I think it's going to prove to be why he succeeds. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because he's very authentic, man. And I think everyone. I mean, he could literally change X and just call it Elon.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to show you something. Well, I talk about it. In the comments in something I commented a few days ago. And this is the key to Twitter and Threads. Find posts that you either agree with or disagree with, and make comments that are valid, that are truthful, that are logical, that can identify you as, hey, this is where I stand, and here's the reason why. I'll give you an example. I did one last week again, And this one has, if I look at the view activity, because I'm able to, I had 22,000 impressions on a comment. Okay. I had 348 likes from that, 2 retweets only. More importantly, 92 followers, 92 followers, and 28 profile visits. But the incredible piece for me was 22,000 impressions, because now I'm on the tailcoats of one post that has gotten a lot of press, right? And so when you find those from people that you're following, that you may not necessarily always agree with, but are in your world, foreclosures, real estate, those type of posts, you can get a lot of publicity inside of that same post. People will love it. People will share it. People will like it. Same thing on Threads. Jeff, are you on Threads as much, or are you gravitating to Twitter?
Almost daily. Threads has changed me, and I was the one who was talking, I wouldn't say down about it. I was just telling everybody to chill out, because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
They rushed
it happened
there.
last week.
Yeah, they rushed there for FOMO, and now they're gone. Like as if they thought something magical was going to happen. What's going to happen is going to be consistency over time. That's every social app.
Yep.
But honestly, it's a good segue over to Threads. But before we do that, I'm noticing, because I haven't been on Twitter lately, or X, because I'm spending my time on Threads. I'll share why I'm spending my time on Threads when we go over to Threads. But here's the thing I just noticed as I'm scrolling X. It is almost all videos and pictures. X has changed. This is changing. It's not text anymore. I'm blown away by that. And I'm also going to share another freaking post that's hilarious. Talking about X. It's a guy named Colin Rugg. I don't follow him, but I'm now going to subscribe. He says the city of San Francisco is launching an investigation into the X sign Elon Musk installed on top of X headquarters in San Francisco. Here are things that San Francisco won't investigate you for: defecating on the sidewalk, stealing and launching a car over a cliff, shooting up heroin in public. And it goes on. It's just really funny.
That's funny.
Yeah,
he's right. He's right about all of that. He's right. I've been to San Francisco. I've seen it.
It goes on and on. But yeah,
it was disgusting. I'll tell you, story time. Here we go.
By now, you certainly know that Instagram is a social media platform that is arguably the most important platform to establish your brand and business as we head into the future. Understanding that growing a following is simply what the world tells you is important, but in actuality is purely vanity with very little results. And that's why we have come to really appreciate and endorse Michelle Berman with the Instagram Power Method, who teaches you how to actually connect with ideal clients and attract them to you without having to sell. Michelle comes from a place of practicing what she preaches, as she has built her business 100% through organic Instagram leads. Everything is rooted in sales psychology and conversation based on tapping into the brains of your ideal client. Vanity metrics are for, well, vanity. Go connect with Michelle today. Check out powermethodmasterclass.com. That's powermethodmasterclass.com, and be prepared to change your business's life.
And I was in San Francisco, and I'm walking with my kids and my wife, and we're going down one of the streets in San Francisco, and this guy is in front of us, maybe about 15 paces in. He reaches deep into his what looks like back pocket, which is not, it's just in his pants. And he grabs something, and he swipes it on a door handle of a hotel.
Oh, God.
And then he keeps walking. And I was like, the kids, don't fucking touch door handles, please. Stuck to it. That was the last time I went to San Francisco. But anyway, I did witness it.
Do you know what it was? What was it? What was it? What did he put on the door?
He put shit on the door handle.
Okay.
That's what he did. I'm glad he didn't fling it at me.
I wonder why. Like, what possesses someone? What drug was he on that possessed him to do that?
I don't know, man. I think it's sometimes not even a drug. It's just a matter of being out for so long and being around those people, right? Other people that are similar and doing the same thing. And just, you get angry at a certain
At the world
audience. Yeah. You
blame
just
the
get
world.
angry.
Yeah.
But look, you're right on Threads. It's a very long-term game. And what you are noticing on Twitter with video and everything else, Elon's only got one platform. So he has to put everything on there, right? That's how that platform works. This is why you've got audio and it does well, video, text, and now he's going to be rewarding all of those influencers that go in on Twitter and spend a certain amount of time, get views. So now he's going to treat it like YouTube as well. But when you have Meta's got Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, and Threads. Yeah. They can diversify pretty easily and say, oh, well, look, this is how you use Instagram. This is how you use Threads. So that's a really good point that you bring up. I think when it comes to Twitter, if you are using Twitter, you've got to put everything on there. Texting, video, everything.
Yeah.
So really good point, Jeff. On Threads, though, long term, that's going to be the key there as well. And I do think longer term, here's where what I think happens longer term. I think you start seeing it morph, because if it doesn't, it'll just look like Instagram, right?
Threads?
Threads. It'll just start looking more and more like Instagram. And I think they definitely don't want that, right? They want it to compete with Twitter in a different way. So I don't know what they put in place in order for us to be able to use it like they want us to use it. Or do they let the community use it, man? What do you think? Because they haven't monetized it at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's still in infancy. I like it because, as I mentioned, it was much easier to gain a following immediately. I've been on Twitter for years and don't have a following. It's the same concept as Twitter, in my opinion. So it allows me just to share some quick thoughts. I'm leaning towards text rather than pictures and videos, although I have multi-purpose some things. I like it because I can share my thread thoughts like I was sharing my tweets to my Instagram stories, but it's easier because there's a button to share to Instagram because it talks to it. So I'm a big fan of efficiency and, killing multiple birds with one stone, just like why I like Instagram and Facebook talking to each other. Threads talks to Instagram. It just makes it easy. And so why not? And it's not really taking me any time. Literally, I have a thought, I have an idea. I go to Threads, type it, post, done. And I'm not getting insane engagement, but hey, you never know. You never know what's going to happen with that platform.
That's true.
And frankly, what I'm doing, I could be putting on Twitter as well, or X. I just never put a lot of emphasis into X. And I don't know that I'm going to start anytime soon.
Well, let's switch over to Facebook. We saw Facebook finally surpassed 3 billion monthly active users, which is nuts. They're continuing to grow. Yeah. And you and I have been saying, hey, pay attention to Facebook ever since October-ish, around there last year, when people were jumping off and saying, hey, it's only going to be this, it's only going to be that. But Facebook is still growing. And you're starting to see it now win a lot of the marketers back, which is great to see. Some of the lead ads are performing at a higher level for converting them into, specifically in real estate, converting them into clients. So that's really cool to see too, man.
Yeah.
How are you using Facebook? How does that differ, if any?
Yeah, it hasn't. I'm still using it the same way I always have. I think what I found most fascinating recently from an article was that it talked about how engagement and usership is up, but creation is down. And so that jumps out at me when I read stuff like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so much opportunity. That's exactly what I want to hear. Like people are consuming, they're not posting, which gives the poster, the content creator, an opportunity to be far more visible and get more attention. And so, we shared that within our groups, with our coaching clients and said, guys, pay attention to this. Like, this is more reason. You and I, we talked about this recently on one of our calls, and we get the question all the time, does it suppress my post if I'm automatically posting everything I post on Instagram, although automatically over to Facebook or vice versa? And both of our answers was, we have no indication that anything's being suppressed. We've tested both out. I've tested out posting organically both places. I don't get any more engagement either way. So the only thing you're potentially losing out on is monetization, which wasn't doing anything for me anyway. So I just said, screw it. I'm going to lean efficiency over making a couple bucks. And so everything I post to Instagram, unless it's a share, automatically goes to Facebook, everything. And there's no reason not to. And then, again, for me, Tristan, it's groups. The gold's in groups for me.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I think we need to be paying attention even more to Facebook, because the more you start seeing companies come out with competing social outlets like Threads or anything else that comes out, what happens is those people that have been on social media for a while, they kind of hunker down and saying, well, you know what? I'm just sticking to Facebook. That's where everybody's at. And I'm sticking to YouTube. Right. And dude, that's exactly what we're seeing. It's like, they're not going other places. People that have the most money, that own a home typically, right? Or multiple homes and have jobs, are sticking to Facebook. And you probably haven't heard this one, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like LinkedIn's still growing.
Underrated.
It's crazy. So if you want to focus on growing your influence with the right audience for people that can actually spend money, invest, and then throw whatever you need your way, which is money and growth of businesses, I would stick to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, man. And then don't leave out everything else. But that's why I love your plan. You put it out everywhere, and then you let the audience determine what they love. And then you put more of that out in those specific outlets. That's a great plan.
Which is why when you mentioned the three that you mentioned, I think that's the hard part for people to understand, because they're very different. And so everything that you're posting to Facebook, you probably wouldn't post to LinkedIn. And you may, Twitter's changing or X is changing, but that's why to me, it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and maybe YouTube. Because to me, it's the most similar. And so most of my content is cross-postable to those platforms. And so that's why I think that a lot of people struggle with the concept of leaning into LinkedIn.
Yeah, but I think if they would do what you do, which is throw things and then do the second part, which is got it, that didn't work there, but this did.
Yeah.
Right. Then you cut and change. It's like that is the key, man.
Let your audience identify your niches. That's what everyone needs to be doing.
I agree. And then I'm going to be posting. I've been posting a lot more to YouTube, so we'll be talking more about YouTube in the next few weeks. But dude, you're going to be getting interviewed by me, and I'm going to be getting interviewed by you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the next couple of podcasts. So
we're going to tell our stories. Yeah. Which is going to be fascinating. I think, look out for that, because both of us have very different stories, but the journey kind of led us to where we are today. And yeah.
You got it. All right. That's the end of episode 122. Thank you, CK, for keeping count. Jeff.
Thank you for listening.
That's it.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes, and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.